everything to me because I know you mean everything to Christ. And Christ means everything to me.
I called on the Lord. I said, man, Father, this is real. Will you watch over them? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you called for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they will follow the law, they doing it. You said under Yahanna they ought to love one another, and they doing it.
Here's where a lot of the confusion comes in. Because you're able to speak from such a safe place of centuries of privilege, off of centuries. You're part black now?
Yeah, my dad's from Haiti.
But when you were asked, you said I'm Asian. You didn't claim the slaves.
Because I'm majority Asian.
Oh.
Yeah.
But now that it's convenient, your dad's Haitian.
Yeah, but just like
at first you were an Asian.
Makes black people say the same thing. Steph Curry, Obama, just
Here
black.
is the
He's
point.
half white. Obama's black.
When it's
the
convenient
is what you call
and
yourself.
when it's cool, now
it's
you're
not
black.
Cool. It's not. You guys
at
made
first,
it uncool.
From
If
your
you think
position
being black people is
of
being
the
a victim all the
privilege
time, it's not cool.
of being able to pretend that you're not the
I'm
children
not
of the slaves.
I'm not. Who's
when
pretending?
we first started, you said I'm Asian.
Black people the superior race.
According to the Bible, yes.
According to you.
I go by what the Bible
So black
says.
people are God's chosen people.
That's what the Bible
For
says.
everybody else, I'm inferior to you.
What is your race?
I'm Asian. I'm Asian.
You said I'm Asian.
For brevity's sake.
And
for
your
brevity's
defense,
sake. If you want me to describe
and
everything,
in your
I can.
just because
you
you speak louder doesn't make your point better.
Okay,
we do this
I'm
for a
not
living.
afraid of my ethnicity. I'm very open about this stuff.
You seem like
my
you're
dad
quite
is
nervous.
half black, half white. My mom's Filipino.
You can't be half. According to God,
okay, so
the
now
God of the Bible,
this is why you say
are
Asian,
whatever
guys
your
like you
father
half.
is. Because a second ago,
okay, so now
you were
black.
Haitian.
Okay, I'm
then
black.
you said you were Asian.
Okay, so black man.
Your
and black
father
man,
is a Haitian man.
Sure, I don't experience any racism.
Your father's Haitian.
I don't experience any racism in America.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, for the rest of your people, that it seems like you have a blind eye to, Mr. Haitian man who was Asian a minute ago. I'll tell you. Have you seen the news? They're eating the dogs in Ohio. They're eating the dogs. Have you seen the dogs getting eaten?
Yeah, and I heard the 911 call.
You heard the 911 call about dogs getting eaten?
They're eating the dogs and
That's
the
terrible. That's terrible. Do you know Haitian history?
Me?
Of course.
Uh-oh.
He does. He's Haitian.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you know the history of what happened to Haiti?
Of course.
You do? What happened to Haiti?
And they killed the slave owners at 1804 at Toussaint-Louverture.
They killed the slave owner. You don't talk like a Haitian man, brother. They killed the slave owners?
Yes.
How do you become a slave owner?
You buy slaves.
How do you get slaves?
The black people sell them to you in Africa.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So, Africans sold the Jews that migrated to the west coast of Africa when we fled from our homeland in the 70 AD destruction. You got to learn your history, Haitian brother.
What did I get that was wrong?
You got that was wrong because Africans are not black people, they themselves would tell you, and they don't teach their children about the transatlantic slave
Africans
trade.
aren't black people?
You repeated exactly what I said.
Africans aren't black
Africans are not the children of the slaves or the Negroes or the Jews.
What are Africans?
They are a completely different set of their own ethnic groups of people. All dark-skinned people aren't the same.
Right. Yeah.
You understand? The planet is covered in dark-skinned people outside of Europe. And you can once I'm done, because we teach. Hold your peace, brother. The planet is covered in dark-skinned people. All of those dark-skinned people do not ascribe to being Africans. They are not ethnically the same in East India. They're not the same in the Polynesian Islands.
They're
not the same in Africa. And the actual ethnic Asians, not the ones that the British told everybody to put on TV that look like white men, they're not one of us.
Okay.
How could they? How could they be? This is about family. And you have what it seems like a confusion about who your family is.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do, because you started Asian, then you were Haitian, now you're half white. Now you're going to jump to something in the middle.
Asian.
You said you're Haitian.
You're blaming me for the confusion.
I'm blaming you for the words that you said out of your mouth.
I'm Asian. My dad's from Haiti. I'm Asian. My dad's from Haiti.
That you said out of your mouth, because we got witnesses and it's recorded. Now, here's what you should have said.
Most people, when they hear what you talk about, this person's not black and this person's not Asian, and we're the children of Israel, and these are God's chosen people.
Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, God's chosen people.
Most people see identity politics where people are trying
identity
to
is very important
on something that makes them special, and they try to find them themselves in a victim situation, and they don't really want to elevate. They don't really want to find a solution.
You know how do you elevate?
They want to be in a victim mindset forever.
Is a slave a victim?
Yes.
Is the children of slaves victims?
Sure, yeah.
So, are we not the children of slaves? Haitian man?
At a certain point, move on.
Move on. Forget about it.
At a certain point, the victim
Does America still remember 9/11?
Of course.
They do?
Time to move
Why don't they
on.
move on? It's time to move on? 9/11 don't matter anymore.
What about the Alamo? They lied a lot about
Do they remember the Alamo?
Okay,
Do they remember Vietnam?
The point is,
remember Korea?
You talk about
It
slavery.
sounds like you haven't actually been through some actual dangerous trauma.
That's besides the point.
It's very much the point because you speak with a lot of privilege pretending to not be a Haitian man.
You're a victim. I get it. Okay.
No, my people are victims. See, you don't love your people. We love our people.
Great.
But am I wrong for loving my people?
Mental slavery.
I believe in physical, mental, economic, psychological, religious, all of those
Do you
things.
realize victimizing yourself is a form of mental slavery? If you want to get rid of the shackles, then stop thinking that everybody's out to get you. You're going to start seeing it in places that didn't exist before.
It would seem like that's a wonderful thing to say, that everybody is not out to get you and you should move on.
Yes.
However, when Sonia Massey dialed 911, she didn't realize
You can
something.
bring up in one example of everything. You can
I can bring up one example.
You can bring
See,
up Jordan Neely.
it's funny
You can bring
to
up
you
any example
because you don't
It's not funny.
identify with what's
It's not
happening.
funny.
We're looking at your face. We're looking at your mannerism. We listen to how you speak.
This-
You
it's
seem
the-
to have
the victim
dismissed
mindset is
yourself.
ridiculous.
There's not a
That's the
mindset
funny
when
part.
someone executes you in your kitchen. That's not your mindset.
Who's executing you right now? Where's the racism right now?
The racism,
Right here, yeah, where is it?
it's institutionalized. How much time do you
Where
got?
is it?
What language are we speaking?
Speaking the English.
Just answer the question.
So why don't you go back to Haiti? If you don't want to speak the white man's tongue, why don't you go to Haiti?
I speak several languages.
So why are you in America?
Because my people were victims and carried into slavery, Haitian man.
So
Why are you in America,
so
Haitian man?
your existence in America is because your ancestors were victims?
If my ancestors were not kidnapped and brought to the land of our captivity,
back.
we would be in our homeland.
So go back then.
See, here in America, you seem to be very privileged and confused about how the world really works.
5 times, yeah.
I did because you don't understand.
You have
it.
the-
Here's
it's
the
not that
thing.
expensive
You
because
can't
of that.
pack up and leave America as
yeah,
an
you
American
can.
citizen.
Yes, you can.
That's you ever heard of a passport?
You can.
You heard of a passport?
You can renounce your passport. You have to pay the IRS.
Yeah,
anymore.
they come and
Renounce
get you.
it, go
They
to
come
Haiti.
and retrieve you for leaving the country.
Okay, then pay taxes. You'll still make.
Hold
more
up,
money
you
in
told
the
me
States
I
than
should
in
just
Haiti.
up and roll out. Now I got to pay taxes.
Well, if you don't like to be in a place of racism and you're a victim here,
Why would I
leave?
leave a place that my forefathers built?
Because you're a victim here. And
Yes.
there's racism everywhere.
So should I leave or should I get justice for my people?
Okay, so your whole existence is justice. When is it time to live for yourself and for your people?
Getting justice is living for my
How
people.
are you going to get justice?
I'm going to get justice by first fixing my people. The first
How are
step
you
to
gonna fix your people?
That's an excellent question. The first step to fixing my people is giving our people a different identity from the people who enslaved us.
And what's that identity? Jew?
That identity that is
I'm a Jew.
according to the not becoming. We are born with an identity.
So now you're the
You're
chosen
confused
people.
about your identity. I
So
see that.
The way to fix your people is to become God's
Is to
chosen people.
give us our identity. Being God's chosen people gives you a heritage,
You know, the funny
gives
thing
you a
is you blame
language,
the Jews for
it
the
gives you
Atlantic
rules. I
States
blame a lot
Jews.
more people than just the Jews. Everybody had a hand
Blame
in
them,
it.
but then you want to become them. So why
No,
are
not
you
become.
embodying the
Not
same
become. If
mindset
you
that-
break in my house and steal my family records and change your name to my family name, and then you get the benefits of my house, my land, my identity, my records, my culture, and you rise to the top of power internationally, and then the children of the people that you stole from are left to figure it out. And then you say, that's not racism. We should leave it in the past. It's 2025.
That's a better. If racism does exist everywhere, holding on to that mental slavery is not going to.
I was in mental slavery if I returned to the records of my forefathers. Everybody else in America says I'm an Asian American because that's where their forefathers established themselves. The Africans say I'm an African American. Then they can go to Africa and tell you what part of Africa their forefathers come from. Their language, their culture,
Jewish,
their
right?
tongue. No, I'm the Jew.
Why don't you go to Israel?
Jew by blood.
So why don't you go to
The
Israel?
real biblical
Isn't
ethnic
Israel your-
Jew.
isn't Israel your
Because
home?
another criminal is living in my home.
So is that your ultimate goal, to take Israel from black people?
My ultimate goal is to take the world, because that's
You
what
wanna
our
conquer the
Father
world?
promised us.
Okay. You want to take over the world,
And
then
I'm
people
going to
like-
start
you'll-
by giving my people
you'll
our
agree with
identity
people like
back.
Hitler and the Nazi
No,
ideology,
those
and
are white
they
men.
conquered the world.
Those are white men. We're not white men.
So you're embodying the same Nazi
That's a
ideology
lie.
that you're.
That
it's
not
the
only
same
is that a
thing.
lie, but to compare that is racist. And I'm going to tell you why.
Here we go again. Everything
Here we go
racist to
again.
you.
For
How is
a
that-
Haitian man, you sure do talk a lot like a white man.
How is that racist? If you want to conquer the world
Uh-huh.
and make it ethnocentric to your people,
Who said that?
Being a black Nazi.
How is that a Nazi? Nazis committed hate crimes. Nazis tortured people. They castrated people. They gas shamed people.
Black person, what are you going to do to every other race?
That's an excellent question. I'm going to make sure that their own people don't rape and exploit them.
Okay,
I'm going to make sure that their own people don't starve them.
How are you going to do that?
The same way it says in the Bible. When Christ returns, he's going to be the King of kings and Lord of lords. And everyone will be under his authority.
So
that's the heritage of my people.
So it's not going to happen until the Messiah comes.
It's going to happen when he returns, and we're preparing for it right now. You know how we prepare? We turn back to our culture and our heritage and our records. And unlike the Nazis and everyone else that you said, what that does for our people is it makes us not only be criminals anywhere, but it teaches us to love each other. It teaches us to not, let me finish. Hold your peace. It teaches us to love each other. It teaches us to not commit crimes. It teaches us to make sure that our families are together. It teaches young brothers to not shoot each other, to not steal cars. You do, but yes, and that's what we're doing. And that is done by giving us our identity so that we stop idolizing the other nations of people. That's why the first step is to separate.
But when you start combating that by idolizing yourselves, then you're just repeating the cycle.
I'm not idolizing myself. We just obeying what God says.
You believe you're the superior race.
When you turn on,
same problem.
No, it's not the same problem because he wasn't the superior race. Having to murder everybody and steal from them to make you superior is not superior. That makes you an animal. Right. See, what you're confused about is what you have been experiencing. So what the world has seen is madmen and murderers staking claim to something that they are really not. Okay. Because even after centuries of slavery, everybody is benefiting from the inventions that the slaves made, who had their language stripped, their identity stripped. You're saying, here we go, because you don't care.
You keep saying identity.
You don't care.
It says nothing in the Bible.
You're holding. It says nothing about where?
About taking your culture back and all this stuff.
It doesn't say that in the Bible. Are you sure? Are you sure it doesn't say that in the Bible?
I'm not sure.
Well, how can you make so you make a lot of statements without proof?
Talking about culture and records.
Because I'm for the culture and the records of my people. It may not matter to you because you can pretend to be an Asian.
I'm Asian.
But my people, it matters to us. Sure. It may not matter to you. But it matters to my people who are Mexicans, who are Dominican, who are Haitian, who are Puerto Rican, who are black, who are Afro-American.
I'm one of you. My dad's from Haiti.
American.
I'm one of you. Apparently.
Well, little brother, listen, because I'm a teacher.
Okay.
It matters.
How old are you, by the way?
It does matter. I'm 10,000. That's how old I am. That's a captain of 10,000. That's the most important age you need to know. Right. You understand?
What separates black people from not committing the same crimes that the former superior races that made you the victim?
Once our people return, to our identity. And that's what we teach our people to do.
Return your identity how?
By obeying the laws, statutes, and commandments. You recognize that, don't you? By representing the culture that the God who created everything gave to his chosen people. That's how you fix everything. The problem is the people that are the problem is the people that are in charge are the wrong people.
So you should be in charge.
Absolutely.
Okay. Who are your favorite black leaders?
Absolutely. Who are my favorite black leaders? Christ. He's the most important black leader of all time.
Where was Jesus from?
Jesus was from Nazareth.
Okay. And
he was in the Middle East. Not only was he black, but all the disciples, the apostles, and prophets in the Bible were black. The problem is that during the Renaissance period, the oppressor painted his own pictures. Would you like me to read the scripture?
Not really.
The problem is most of the world doesn't know the Bible. Jesus Christ was a black man born in the ghetto of Nazareth.
The ghetto.
That's John 1:45. You can read it for yourself.
Okay. He was gang-banging?
Absolutely. He was in the ghetto.
He was crip walking.
It was a terrible place.
Yes.
It was a terrible community.
Was Jesus God?
Jesus was not God. He said it himself several times. Okay. He said, the Father is greater than I. I go to the Father to create a place for you. He was the Son of God. That's correct.
So God's black.
God is absolutely black. It's in the Bible if you'd like to read it. Oh, no, wait a minute. Is it a problem, God being black?
God doesn't have a skin color.
Is it a problem, God being black?
It's not a problem. It's just not what's true.
You seemed very disappointed when I said God was black. You turned around. Here we go again. No, is there a problem? What's wrong with God being black? Do you love black people?
Wait, then how
of course I love black people.
Well, why can't God be black? You seemed so disappointed a second ago.
Why would God, the Almighty Creator, have a skin color?
How did you get a skin color?
God created us.
So God creates skin color, but people, he don't have one.
Yeah, God created the trees too. He's not a tree. That's a stupid argument.
It's a stupid argument?
Yes, just because he created skin doesn't mean he has it. You're saying
you seem to not know much about God.
and not worship everything. You're doing the same
I didn't
thing.
say whiteness. I didn't just say whiteness.
Embodying the same racist
The Arabs, the
mentality you're
Africans, the
trying to-
East Indians, all the other nations of people. My people are in everyone's culture because everyone got together and got rich off of exploiting us to make sure we didn't have ours. That's why we teach our people our heritage. And that does not make us burn crosses on lawns. That doesn't make us lynch
You all
people.
believe God's
That
black?
doesn't make
You
us
believe
fight. That doesn't make us harm anyone.
You believe God's
It fixes our people. The focus. Stay focused. You're talking to me. Stay
Brother,
focused.
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is
What's
that
your
what
question?
you believe, really?
What's your question?
Okay.
According to the Bible, see, we believe what's in the Bible. We believe what's in the Bible. Is there a problem believing what's in the Bible? What's your question?
Can we have like a chill conversation? Because I'm not amped up.
I'm pretty chill.
Okay.
I'm chill.
We can do some deep breathing if you
chill.
want. Okay.
I'm all right.
So do you think in America right now that black people are discriminated against?
The foundation of America is discriminated against black people.
Because if I tried to go to the NBA
And
play-
just real quick. And when we say black people, no, we're not
agree.
done. I'm listening to you. When
Oh.
we say black
You don't let me
people,
answer, though.
we are talking. I just want to clarify. We are talking about so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Please,
Yes.
Go ahead.
So my question is,
You all right?
here's my question: is are black people discriminated against in America?
Absolutely.
So then, like, what about
Native Americans
I
too.
tried to go to the NBA? I'd be discriminated against
To the NBA.
to the NBA or to be a rapper. Like, is LeBron James discriminated against, or
Are you a better rapper than the rest of the rappers? Are you a better ball player?
rest?
Are you okay? Let's use your example.
Or is that racism?
No, that's not racism because white Jewish men control the entire rap industry. Now we don't want to talk about it. You understand? That's not what racism is. You understand? The banks, the entertainment industry, the diamond district, the insurance company are all controlled by our oppressors. So if there's a problem that you have with how your people are treating you, you can't blame black people who are at the bottom. If 90% of the NBA is filled with black people and 100% of the owners are white people, how can you blame black people who are by the thousands applying for a job that only about 50 people can get every year? How can you then blame the people who are showing up to get a job? And that is the idea of the racist and prejudiced mentality, thinking that everything is nice and equal and fair. And that lie is what America teaches. That's not true. You have to have power in order to be racist. Black people can't put anyone out of the NBA. Black people can't make people not be rappers. The record labels are controlled by CEOs and multi-billionaires. Leor Cohen, not our people. You understand? But of course, when you bring out the facts, you bring out details and have evidence, nobody wants to hear the evidence. Really, they don't actually love black people. They don't love blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They just have nice words. You understand? So that's it. All right.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're...
Yeah.